This episode of the Rogue Deck Builder is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the #1 source for games and gaming accessories, and by GatheringMagic.com, the #1 source for Magic the Gathering news and articles. Hi there, this is Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. We have another match with Rakdos' Devotion. Yes, we'd like to play first. This is a keepable hand. We do need to draw into a double red for the Ash Zealot, but we have Dreadbore mana. We definitely need those for this deck to function as good as possible. We do need the Scry lands from Born of the Gods, which will make this deck a lot more consistent. We can just completely get rid of these Overgrown Tombs. The reason these Overgrown Tombs are in here for Burning Emissary, it adds a black. It's better than just a swamp, which I don't know. I might just want to go into more red strategy, more red lands, just basic mountains instead of these Overgrown Tombs, because I do need swamps, but excuse me, 8 might actually be enough. Eight black sources. So we'll see. I'll keep testing this deck to see if I like these Overgrown Tombs. I can't stand it when I draw 2 of the Overgrown Tombs. And again, maybe I just need 2 Overgrown Tombs and that's it. As you know, I still do prefer Overgrown Tombs over just swamps, as they do allow me to get that Burning Emissary out. So going up as a Golgari Guildgate, I have not a clue what this is. This could be anything. This could be a Maze's End deck. This could be the black-green mid-range or aggro deck is what they like to call it. I'm going to go ahead with the Rakdos Shred Freak, attacking for 2, and hopefully we draw into that red next turn. If that is the case, we'll definitely be in good shape. So I'm thinking about Read the Bones might need to be main boarded. Okay, perfect. So we actually do draw into the double red. So now we have an Ash Zealot. See if it gets Abrupt Decayed. And if he Abrupt Decays... Okay, Devour Flesh is a Rakdos Shred Freak. That's fine. And this actually is it looks to me to be a mono black deck, Splash Green. These are very popular. They bring him in for Abrupt Decays. And even like Vraska's not too terrible in this deck. Putrefy's not bad. And they have access to the Gaze of Granite, which is really good in mono black. So Rakdos' Return will be an all-star if I can actually get out a Shrine of Nyx and keep these Ash Zealots alive. But again, he's on a pretty good clock here. He's going to probably Abrupt Decay one of them. Yeah. And the good news about my deck, though, is these are getting in for damage. And if this game goes late, I have plenty of options. I've Rakdos' Return that may not get cards out of his hand, but it'll still do damage. So I'm thinking Desecration Demon comes out here. That guy is definitely going to get Dreadboard, depending on what I draw into here. I might just decide to Rakdos Return him down. Yeah, it's going to be Dreadboard, this guy. And attack in here with the Ash Zealot, get him down to a 12. And the longer this game goes on, I think I'm just as much advantage as he is. I mean, I do have to worry about the Gray Merchants. A lot of these mono blacks have completely cut the Gray Merchants. All right, this is going to hurt. He's going to get rid of the Rakdos' Return here. Or I can see him actually getting rid of the Fanatic Amogus. All of these are great options for a Thoughtseize. Good news is the Thoughtseize does take him down to a 10. And if nothing else, Fanatic Amogus is going to get 1 damage, possibly 3 damage. Rakdos' Return will get 2 damage and 2 cards. So, yeah, he does get the Rakdos' Return. Got 3 more in the deck. Got 3 more Fanatic Amoguses as well. So, let's see what we get here. It's definitely going to be a Burning Emissary. And possibly into a Hammer, but I think the right move is just to go for a Fanatic Amogus here. Depending on what he does. If he kills anything in response. Now, I'm going to put out a Fanatic Amogus. And now he's going to have to Abrupt Decay off his Zealot. He's gonna have to Hero's Downfall off a Zealot, but still, again, it's gonna get in there for 3. He's down to a 7, and I've got 7 power on board, so he definitely has to worry about his options here. It's still 1 man off a Gray Merchant. Let's hope he's got a handful of Gray Merchants he can't cast. Gray Merchant at this point does get him 2 life. There, now he can cast a Gray Merchant, and doesn't look like he has it though. I am definitely just going to go ahead and make him sack a Mutavault here. Which I do believe is what's going to happen. Yep. So Mutavault's going to come in the way of probably... Is he going to sack them both? That is very interesting. That's going to put him back on the lands. It's going to wipe my Devotion, but I do have the Hammer in my hand. And the Hammer with 5 lands, I can sack a land per turn and put out threats. And he's down to 3. I mean, at this point, Nightveil Specters aren't the greatest, if that's what... Okay, so he actually can Abrupt Decay. So this is now down to top deck mode. But again, I've got so many hasters in this deck. A Rakdos return after this will actually end the game. And Nightveil Spectre is going to have to... Nope, still a Hero's Downfall. Just tons and tons of removal. Look at that. Look how much removal this guy has. Any Thoughtseize is dead at this point. Desecration Demon actually starts getting scary. He's getting the lands he needs. Underworld Connection. It's going to be... He has a finite amount of life, though. And now I'm getting land flooded. So maybe I should have waited for that hammer to where I could actually activate it. But you don't want Thoughtseize to just get out of hand. Hopefully he doesn't have... Okay, Pack Rat. Pack Rat's not the greatest threat ever. Again, he's got a finite life here. He still has to draw into 1 more for Grey Merchant, but if I continue to draw every one of my lands in my deck, there's 3 lands in a row I've drawn into, then the Pack Rats actually can get me. So let's see if he just decides to go for a Pack Rat strategy. Yeah, he's going to try to kill me with Pack Rat tokens. Mizium Mortars wipes his board, so I've got that option. Underworld Cerberus is actually really good. The problem with Underworld Cerberus, if he kills it, I get everything back. And this is what this card is meant for. So he's got to leave Pack Rats back. Again, he cannot kill the Underworld Cerberus. Otherwise, I get Fanatic Amogus and Ash Zealot, and right there is game. I get Burning Emissary, Fanatic Amogus, Ash Zealot. So Underworld Cerberus is probably... This is exactly what I put this guy in here for, is the black decks. And at this point, again, he could drop a land and drop 2 Pack Rats, but he'd lose a Pack Rat, get all my guys back, and kill him on the following turn, as Burning Emissary, Ash Zealot, and Fanatic Amogus would be enough to do it. Unless he happens to... No, he couldn't even have a Thoughtseize if that's the case. It's going to be a Desecration Demon. Still, though, I attack in... Yeah, I just sacrifice... It's pointless to sacrifice. Because he just do some damage here. Well, now we do need to sacrifice the Underworld Cerberus. Because now we need to go... Whoops. Because he would have just blocked the Pack Rat token and then just keep making Pack Rat tokens to eventually overwhelm me and try to kill me in 1 turn. So I did have to sacrifice my Underworld Cerberus to his Desecration Demon. Now we got to go Burning Emissary into Ash Zealot, into Fanatic Amogus, and that is perfect. That's more than perfect damage. That's 5 damage. All right, not bad. So it's so much removal in this. So I'm going to bring in Chandra. I'm going to bring in Read the Bones. I'm going to bring in the Dreadbores. I don't think I need to bring in the Magnetists. I'll keep in Mizium Mortars just for Pack Rats. Well, you know what? Spike Jester is actually good in these matchups. And so is like Timerit and Perforos. Perforos is actually insanely good. So what I think I do is I'm going to take out the hammer, even though that seems a little bit... Between Golgari Charm and Abrupt Decay, I don't think the hammer is very good. And we can actually take out, like, Frostburn Weirds aren't very good. And you know what? I'm going to actually take out the Mizium Mortars. I'm not too afraid of Pack Rat. Dreadbores are fine. Rakdos Shred Freaks are great. Boros Reckoners, of course, are awesome. So maybe I don't need to go Spike Jesters. I will, if I lose this matchup, I'll go for a quicker plan of action. But this will just kind of go this control route. Bring in the Chandras, keep in the Hammer Perforos, bring in the Dreadbores. Again, I still don't think I need the Mizium Mortars, though. So I'm going to submit this away. Nightveil Spectre, I don't think is going to be in this list. It might. Usually the Nightveil Spectre, if they're splashing any color, what they splash is blue, not green. Because it is a lot harder to cast Nightveil Spectre on turn 3 when you have more tap lands that cannot generate. Well, I guess it wouldn't matter with the Nightveil. This is a great hand. It's got the answer for the turn 2 Pack Rat, and it also has an Ash Zealot to be aggressive and a Fanatic Amogus. So the Read of the Bones just makes this hand even that much better. So I might just wait till he taps out. Now, let's just make him waste an Abrupt Decay here, or use an Abrupt Decay. And if he doesn't have it, then he doesn't have it. But I'm certain between all the millions of Devour Fleshes, Abrupt Decays, Ash Cells, maybe next time I just keep those back. That's probably the way to go against Mono Black, and then just drop them all in one turn. So we could read for the bones here. Yeah, that would be exactly... Yep, we're going to read. Read for the bones. I'm going to scry. I don't want either one of these, to be honest with you, as they're just going to get Abrupt Decayed or killed. So Boros Reckoner is actually pretty terrible. I'm gonna try to find a shrine, and there is a shrine. So I'm liking that. We can Ash Cell it, which is better than both those cards, as it hastes. And if he puts out a Desecration Demon here, we'll kill it with a Dreadbore, which he does not. So again, I think I'm gonna hold back on stuff. Do I even... Yeah, we'll just cast an Ash Zealot. Didn't want to see that Overgrown Tomb. But again, any land from here on out is damage. See if he Devour Fleshes this. Yeah, Hero's Downfall. Okay. Any Hero's Downfall out of the way is great, because Chandra then allows me pretty good card advantage. See if Desecration Demon... It's going to be Scavenging Ooze. That's going to give him pretty decent life back. Another Read for the Bones is awesome. I think what I'm going to do is just Dreadbore this guy off. And he'll get rid of both my Ash Zealots, which makes my Cerebrus's worse. Oh, he's actually going to Golgari Charm him. Okay. Well, that is definitely really good. Especially if he's going to try. Well, we'll put this one... I like both of these. We'll put them both on top. And we'll go ahead and Dreadbore Skoos for a second time. But I mean, this time he could just start going for the aggro with like Desecration Demons. He's going to try to kill me here. At this point, I think I just get rid of his hand. I don't think I go for... Or do I go for, like, Underworld Cerebrus, he just Hero's Downfalls, I get nothing back. If I just get rid of his hand here, I take 4. Get rid of any other sort of shenanigans out of his hand. Should have done this last turn. And then he's into top deck mode. I have a Dreadbore. Hopefully I see 2 Golgari Charms out of the way. Annoying card that when it regenerates his Skoos is 4/4 Skoos. Again, Grey Merchant is going to be getting scary. But a Doomblade, a Golgari Charm, and a Desecration Demon. That's exactly what I thought he had. That was awesome. And he's going to be able to get rid of his own Desecration Demon to put him up to a 5/5. So, again, if he's got another Golgari Charm, I'm just dead. What we're going to do here is I am going to Dreadbore it. Okay, nothing. So at this point we can... I think we can Burning Tree Emissary, and they'll add 2... I'm going to Burning Tree Emissary Fanatic Amogus. No, it doesn't add enough. We'd have to pop ourselves... I think it's worth it here. Oh, I didn't need to do that. I'm a terrible player. Well, we're actually going to go for an Underworld Cerebrus. That's better. So I am down to a 3, so Grey Merchants are definitely scary, scary, scary. Mutavaults are actually kind of scary. But that still gives us another turn. I'm going to go for a Fanatic Amogus here. Do 3 damage to him. And I will attack in. This puts him on a 1-turn clock. Makes him think about actually activating the Mutavault. But if he's got like a Hero's Downfall, which he does not, I mean, he could go Grey Merchant, Hero's Downfall, win, but he wouldn't have enough mana. Desecration Demon is not going to do it. We're going to wait till another card shows up. I mean, you'd have to... Yikes. Let's see here. Rakdos Shred Freak, that's perfect. We'll actually play the Shred Freak. And swing in with everything. And this should be a wrap. I think he has to activate both his Mutavault and his... Yeah, I guess I could have just tapped down the Desecration Demon and won here. So misplay on my part, because what he does, he activates the Mutavault. Oh, geez. Yeah, I'm a terrible... Well, no, he's still dead. No matter how he blocks here, he's dead. Yeah, because this is a 4-2. So he blocks the Desecration Demon. He cannot block the Underworld Cerberus, and he still takes 8 damage. So that is fine. So there we go. We win a match with it. This is Kevin with Gathering Magic and Roguedeckbuilder.com. Thanks for watching.